No, thank you, Widow Dexter.
Oh, for shame. Are you sure I can't offer you anything?
We just ate.
You just ate? Well, I'm certain it's not nearly as sumptuous as what I have on the menu.
Oh, a little exposed heel. I mean a little smoked eel, actually. It was delicious. Widow Dexter, please. We're looking for a young fellow who seemed to come into your establishment but a moment ago. About somewhere?
Well, I don't know to whom you be speaking. It's been a very slow day. I've only had the one customer. I've been ever so lonely. I can't tell you how wonderful it is to see such fine, strong, uniformed men. Are you sure I can't offer you anything?
That's odd. Because I could have sworn we saw someone come in that door. Either I'm slowing down, or these recruits are getting faster.
I can't imagine you being too slow, Lieutenant. You're certainly fast enough for the likes of me. Perhaps I could help you reach your quota.
Well, we're not looking for women, are we, Mrs. Dexter? I'm after able-bodied, loyal, seafaring lads to join up with His Majesty's Royal Navy. And I have fair compensation, which I can pay right now, for just the right lads.
Young boys, is it? How disappointing. Surprising, really. However, if you are offering fair compensation, I can't imagine you finding it difficult to find lads willing to take you up on your fine offer.
Yes, you would think that would be the case. Find a few seafaring fellows, offer them a coin as payment for their service, and I'm done. But there are no new recruits here anywhere in this town. And with competition like this, no one wants to join up with His Majesty's Royal Navy.
Scurvy.
Making us look to be inept masters and blasted fools.
Who would do such a shoddy thing as to sully the name of the king's own pride and joy?
He is proud of his Royal Navy.
Scurvy.
But I'm afraid it's not bringing him much joy. I say, dear lady, have you come for crew?
No, just seasonal allergies.
Well, I hope you do feel better soon.
Do go on, Lieutenant Grant. Who is speaking ill of you?
You know very well who speaks against us, Widow Dexter. It's those privateer captains who think they own the sea now that they haven't let us embark, giving them permission to raid and ransack anything afloat. It's bullies like Boss and Cobb and Foley.
Hello! Did I hear my name taken in vain? How goes the evening, madam? Hey there, Grant! Still sniffing around for lads to pull your oars, are you?
Lieutenant Grant was just telling me how he's having trouble finding recruits for his Royal Navy.
That's funny. I don't seem to have any problem filling my ship's roster. Quartermaster Bell here. He can barely keep the lads all healthy. It must be my manly good looks. And, of course, we don't force our men to sail in soggy coffins like your newfangled underwater boats. What are they called again? Submergers?
Submarines. The Royal Navy does not have any submarines. It's simply rumors starting to scare off new recruits.
Are you sure? I could have sworn I saw one sail into Shelburne Harbor just last week.
Was it Wade or fighting by the Essex, sir?
Let's see here, Foley. All these lads, they all yours then?
Yes. Unfortunately for you, Grant, all
time.
Brad, don't even try. We'll be out of your hair shortly. 2 days' time. Mounting a cruise. 7 scores of French and a Spanish. Care to join us for riches and honor? How about a little French booty for that?
That kind of booty does not interest me, sir.
So the rumors are true then, eh?
And what would you know of honor, Foley? I sail for king and country, while you sail for profit.
Yes, I won't kill you over that. And it's hearty profit indeed. Why, with our last capture, even the lowliest of crew made a tiny sum after all was settled before the Admiralty courts in Halifax.
It's a disgrace. No gentleman should speak of the money and profit he makes, especially profits taken in wartime.
Well, I bet you there. I'm no gentleman. I'm a privateer.
Privateer! That's a pretty name. Boy, pirate, that's what. Oh, it may be made to look all the more lovely and lavender and legal. But if you don't know piracy, you are no better than Edward Teach or William Kidd. You privateers are just pirates with pedigree.
The Bonnie, Captain Kidd, and the Torres Black. Nasty pieces of work who terrorized all in Sunday. Let's add Captain Foley! You must have captains. Only I won't be swinging from a yard arm for my pillaging grant. No, because I work for Mad King George, and he'll thank me for my living.
You hold your tongue, sir, or someone might cut it out of your treasonous head. How dare you speak ill of our king?
It's a nickname. Terms of endearment.
You know we can't call him Nad. He's royalty. We can't use derisive terms.
You do realize that the king attacks the queen's ladies. He spews obscenities at dinner parties. And he attacks imaginary beasts in his nightclothes, right?
I might have heard some reports of his boats of ill health. But really, Foley, this is 1799. You either told the loyalist line, or you might as well call me revolutionaries and do just Boston. In these colonies, you can't call the king mad and expect me to ignore it.
Okay. I am a loyal British subject. Now where are we again? Oh, yes! I know you're new to Nova Scotia Grant, but certainly you didn't follow the compact. You must know that privateers like me will win the war for Mad King, noble King George. You must know by now that he can't do with the riches we add to his treasure. He certainly can't win any war with only the likes of you fighting for him.
Well, we're all new to Nova Scotia, Foley. And I can't say a thing about my king, but it'll be the devil to pay if privateers win the war for the empire.
Yes, Brad, yes indeed. And the devil does pay. All the devils we capture pay. At ease. What my men make in 4 short months with me would take 2 years. 2 years with you in the Royal Navy. And they don't have to hold their breath in any under-the-sea leaky vessels to do it either.
The Royal Navy does not have a
It's practically cruel to expect to find enough men to fill your galleys when you have competition from respectable privateers like us. Of course, the bloatlegs being whipped or bent over a barrel, I'm sure he'll find you ready enough on that score.
Come on, lads. It's time for us to go. Apparently there are no men here worthy of sailing under the king's flag.
Well, Grant, even you barely qualify on that score.
Madam, thank you very much for your hospitality, but I must be away for king and country. And I do apologize for setting the loggerheads food within your establishment today.
Captain Foley, must you give Lieutenant Grant such a dressing down every time you see the poor bastard?
Bite your tongue, woman. I wouldn't want to see that tosser Grant undressed.
That's not what I mean. I know that his press gang business is a bit troublesome, but he's still adjusting to how we do things here in Liverpool. He could be a dangerous enemy if you keep on bruising his Britannia. And besides, the poor man has to put up with serving in the Royal Navy. A submarine, no less. And we all know they all have the scurvy.
Well, to hell with him and his pressing himself on good men. Let's splice the main brace. Get 3 sheets to the wind, lad. We set sail in 2 days' time, and we're not going to be short any volunteers like that scurvy dog.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Good eye in the morn. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises. Good eye in the morning.
Captain Fleet, I want to join up too, Captain. I want to come aboard with you on the Black Snake.
Who are you?
I'm Widow Dexter's apprentice, Enoch Saunders. I serve you beer every night. Well, every day and night.
Do you? I think I've heard the widow yelling your name here and there. I don't think I've ever seen your face.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, sir. You're far too important to man, no slice of me. But really, sir, I really think I can do this.
Of course you can. Serving ale isn't that difficult of a job, is it?
That's not what I meant. I want to join up with you to become a privateer.
You must be addled. You are not free to sign up for the privateers, are you? Well, you've been bound by contract with Widow Dexter. Or have you served out your contract to her?
No, not exactly.
I thought she brought you here from England and had a pretty penny too. Oh, you aren't free to sign up with me until you fulfilled your contract with her. If you leave her now, you'll find yourself with a flogging, a fine, or even worse.
But that's just it, Captain Fleet. I don't want to be your brewer. I could buy my contract back to Widow Dexter in just one short cruise with you. I'd be free by year's end. You said it yourself, that a sailor can earn a small fortune in just one tour with you.
But you aren't free to sign up with me if you're under contract with her. Every simpleton knows that. Even I know that. Now listen, how much longer do you have to go?
5 years, 8 months, and 3 days.
Really? Blimey! Well, I'm sure time will fly by soon enough in such a fine station. And steal a few drinks when the widow's not looking. That will really make time fly.
Enoch, quit pestering the customers and get back to work. Those pigs won't slop themselves, and I need another keg brought up from the storeroom. Get to it, lad. Make yourself useful for a change. Well, blessed be the angels. What's kept you? I sent you to the baker's yes, she has had trouble counting past 9 after chopping off one of her fingers with a bread knife.
And the lineups were ridiculous. No one ever knows who's next.
It's the toughest birds that get the freshest bread, to be sure. And you're not one to wait the kids.
And I had to stop for more cheese as well. We were out.
What's wrong with the cheese we have?
Ah! Oh! My mistake. I guess we'll have extra cheese then.
What are you up to, lass?
Up to... Why would I be up to anything, Mother?
Back in the hatches, lads. There's a storm brewing.
Were you really delayed at the baker's, or are you just plotting some new scheme?
A scheme? What scheme could I possibly be plotting?
Now let me see. A week ago, you were trying to sign up as a scribe on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land, but you can't write. And last month, you were trying to hitch a ride to New York as a seamstress, but you can't sew. And last Christmas, you were going to be a midwife on a ship headed for Australia, until you found out that you would be paid in vegetables.
I can't find turnips. They make me gassy.
That's not the point. You are forever trying to weasel your way out of here. I don't understand why you're not happy with the lot you've drawn in life. You're luckier than most, you know. We are strong, independent businesswomen, and we're not beholden. You should be happy that you're not owing your 3 squares to some bloke. You've got a roof over your head, a dress on your back, and a pot under your bed.
And not a hope in hell.
What are you hoping for that you haven't already gotten? What have I ever kept from you?
How about a proper education, so I would know how to read and write? What about instruction in sewing, music, languages, anything that a lady should know? Anything except serving beer, stirring the pot, doing your shopping.
Proper education, my hat. You don't need to know how to read, you silly girl. You just need to know how to get a man. And I've already taught you everything about that.
Mother, I don't consider watching you flirt with every man that walks through that door in education. And I certainly don't think it's right for a mother to be teaching her daughter how to boost her cleavage. Oh, or accidentally expose her ankles to every poor, unsuspecting man that walks through the door.
Well, how else are you going to get a husband?
You just said I should be happy to not have to answer to a man. And now you're trying to marry me off.
Of course you have to get married. You can't let a man storm your fort if you don't have a ring on your finger first.
What? Storm my fort? You mean Fort Point?
I mean Fort Faith, you silly girl. Someday you may find a man that you want to breach your castle walls. And if he's any kind of a gentleman, he cannot unsheath his weapon unless he's sworn allegiance to you first.
Well, that all sounds rather complicated and violent.
Men love to vanquish us, daughter. It makes them feel strong and in command. But you can't give in unless you have a marriage decree over your head for it first.
Well, I'm not giving in to creating or marrying anyone.
Nonsense. We'll find you a proper, successful merchant that you can enjoy for a while, have a couple of babes, and then, if you're lucky, he'll die. He'll leave his business to you, and for you to run, and you can become an independent woman of the world, just like me.
Mother, how can you speak so in front of company?
This merchant folks, they're not worth anything, except maybe Captain Foley. Useless. Everyone. most progressive towns in the British Empire.
Are you joking? Liverpool, an important town. We couldn't even come up with an original name for the town. Or the river. We are in the backwaters of the British Empire.
We are one of the most important towns in the colonies.
When it's 5 years past, we eat fish every day of the week, not just on Fridays like regular people. And the only news we get are from ships that have been raiding and pillaging down in some hellhole like Jamaica or South Carolina. I want to live where there's culture, where there's music and places of learning.
Heard at you. Do you consider yourself to be a lady? Do you think you're better than your old ma?
No. Maybe I just want more out of life than you do. I don't want to bide my time here when I have my dreams.
Hold fast, fair maids! Look, Phoebe, she's young yet. Let me have a go at talking some sense into her. Now. Okay, hey, Dexter. Your life need not be empty on society and culture and fortune. I'd be pleased to show you the ways of the world. I have a treasure I wouldn't mind you pillaging. And this old fiddle has a tune or two better to play.
Captain Folk,
Yes.
what makes you think that I would know how to play a fiddle, old or new, or care to? Perhaps I prefer to spend my days beating the bongos. Or strumming the harp. And I have a fair bridge about having to steal yours.
What would you be laughing at, you wee-dinky lads? Drink back your pipes and head back to the ship. There's work to be done before we set sail tomorrow, so drink down and get off back.
Well, you certainly took the wind out before Captain Foley sailed. That was bloody stupid, Doctor. He's the only one in the world that's worth anything. Even smells good for a man.
Mother, I am not interested in smelling an old man like Captain Folk. I leave that to you. May I retire to my room?
Well, that we can all retire when there's work to be done. Get your apron on and get to the pots in the kitchen. Don't think you're going anywhere for this next week. You're going to stay home and focus your attention skills instead of your house cleaning skills for a change. What are you looking at, you fool? Eyes what? Wasn't I the victim of false advertising when they bought the likes of you? Strong and willing indeed. I should send you back where you came from if the postage wasn't so dear. How's a brewer supposed to make it in this world if he can't even lift his wares?
Well,
Smooth scenery with a skilled mariner.
An empty barrel makes the most noise.
A blind man will not thank you for a looking glass.
Advice, least heeded, is most needed.
I'll be the same in 100 years.
Every ass loves to hear himself bray.
Rule Britannia.
Ah, that's a song, not a proverb. You can't see, lad. Now get back to work. Clear off those tables. and get me biscuits on.
Yes, Mother, I'm sure I did not steal your cookbook. The lady's assistant for regulating and supplying her table being a complete system of cookery. Ugh, why would I have it? I can't read, remember?
Oh, I think I used that book to balance out that table leg last week.
Don't worry about it. She's probably just looking for her recipe for calf's foot jelly. She always makes a batch when she thinks I'm going to leave, but I don't really like it. I just don't have the stomach to tell her. Or eat it, for that matter. Blessed be the ties that bind. I must devise a way to depart this fetid, stagnant pool of inhumanity.
Excuse me, miss?
When I can calculate away, Master Saunders, I am so out of here.
Leaving? But you can't.
Yes, I can. Watch me.
But what about your mother? Won't she miss you? Terribly?
I think not. She'll miss having someone to boss about. She'll miss having someone to buy the bread, do the laundry, stir the pot, rub her feet, pluck the peacock with her false eyelashes. She won't likely miss me, though. Besides, she has you to do all that for her now.
But I won't have to touch her feet. And besides, I don't know how to pluck the peacock. I can't even catch the peacock. He pecks.
Well, just watch out for the nails. They can slice the sheets.
Your mother's were the peacocks.
I can't believe you left England to come to Nova Scotia and end up in a place like this. What were you thinking?
Well, that's a fair question, Miss Dexter. Well, I thought it was a burden to my parents who had 11 mouths to feed and little lambs to grow their potatoes. I thought I could find a decent occupation and, who knows, find a fair, lovely lass and start a family of my own. Maybe I could make a grand start for myself with in a new place with lots of land and opportunity. Well, that's basically what I was thinking.
I see. Grand ambitions. And how are you finding your new occupation? I must say, I find it rather peculiar that you're apprentice to become a brewer, and yet you don't drink beer.
Well, miss, I like having my wits about me. Besides, the more ale goes in, the more wits go out. And I think it would be a poor brewmaster who drinks well its profits. And besides, my pub was a bit of a demon. It was hard on me once, and on my mom.
That's a very responsible attitude, Master Saunders. I'm sure the lady you picked for your wife will be very lucky indeed.
You think so?
I do.
And what about you, miss? Do you see yourself married someday?
Perchance, one day I'll marry. I want to see the world first, though. I don't want to be shackled to someone's heart, obligated to obey his every whim, fill his stomach with food, the cradle with his babes.
Well, you never know. Maybe you'll find a man who doesn't want to tie you down. Maybe you'll find a man who wants to see the world too, and wants you to see the world with him. Maybe you'll find a man who wants you to be free and follow your own heart.
Really, Master Saunders? What man would want his wife to go gallivanting around God's great creation instead of staying home to wait for him? What man doesn't expect his wife to obey and oblige him in the bedroom and kitchen alike?
I don't know. Maybe a man who admires you for your wits and your company, not just your beauty.
Are you saying I'm beautiful, Ina?
Well, I suppose I am. I mean, you are beautiful, Faith.
Nah.
pitching and wooing my Miss Dexter? And was she falling for him? A brewer's slave, but I'm being refused.
Looks that way, sir.
But I'm strong. I'm rich. I'm handsome. An experienced captain. What is he? He is scrawny and weak. And he's not handsome. What could she possibly see in him?
Who knows with young girls these days? The modern world is polluting their minds, giving them ideas.
We don't live in a modern world. This is Liverpool, Nova Scotia. There's no modern nonsense here.
That's true. Perhaps she's been reading the Halifax Gazette.
I could give her a grand house on Main Street. A dozen babies to fill the nursery. The honor of being on my arm. I could share my accolades in the kitchen and in the bedroom. I could give her clothes. I could give her jewelry. And I could give her...
Like subservience?
Well, no, not just that. I could be someone for her to admire and look up to.
Like a hero.
Exactly! Aren't I everyone's hero? Shouldn't I be her hero too? I must put an end to this foolish fascination with that unworthy little woman! Widow Dexter would have him stuffed, crossed, rotting quarter before he could stand. If she knew there was something going on between them under her roof. Perhaps I'll mention their little romance to Phoebe. She'll put an end to it soon enough.
I wouldn't be so sure, sir.
What? What do you mean?
Well, think on it. The widow is training the young lad to be a brewer, isn't she? Once he's learned the trade, he'll be in a position to take care of the pub, the old lady, and the daughter. And once he's done his indentured service, he can end up taking over the place. It happens often enough. It might be a match made in heaven. Especially if it means the young girl will stay here in Liverpool.
But Faith Dexter's too much of a woman for that scrappy young pop.
Perhaps you should take him aboard the Black Snake.
You can't be serious. Take away an indentured servant? I'm fine. That at the very least, and Widow Dexter would not thank me very much for taking away her property right from under her nose. She tanned my hide and hang it up to dry.
Not if you purchase his contract.
You can't be serious. I wouldn't give half a penny for that little imbecile.
Not to keep him for yourself, sir. You could purchase his contract here and sell it when we make landfall in New York or Virginia. I hear they're starved for tradespeople there. You might make a pretty penny on them.
Clever idea. Get rid of the lad and take care of the ladies for myself. and Faith Dexter might be more obliging to me if that love-starved wealth were in the picture.
Thank you, sir.
Now, how to convince Widow Dexter to part with the boy at a reasonable price?
You'd be a hero in her eyes if you took damaged goods off her hand at a fair price, wouldn't you?
Damaged goods? Boy's not a barrel of rotted apples or a keg of spoiled fish.
No, but perhaps he's still a bad one. Maybe he's a thief.
A thief?
Thief?
A thief? Well, what's he stolen?
Nothing. Yet.
Well, we leave in 2 days' time. I can't wait around for the land to turn his head and stealing it into my steal. You're not being very helpful.
The thing is, sir, he doesn't actually have to steal anything. He just needs to be caught with something stolen.
Let me get this straight. The thing that is stolen needs to be something that he's caught with if he actually stole it. But he hasn't stolen anything, and he likely won't. So we're right back where we began, Willie Belly not being very helpful.
I'm sorry. Let's try it this way. What if we took something that belonged to you and put it in the lad's belongings so it looks like he stole it from you? He wouldn't actually have stolen it, but the authorities would think he had.
Oh! Yeah, yes, indeed. That might just work. It seems a little clumsy, but it might just do the trick. I suppose putting a few coins in a meager purse of his would certainly do the trick. I mean, everybody would know they'd be stolen because the boy's as poor as a pop.
It might work better, sir, if we were to choose an item more closely associated with you, like a monogrammed snuff box or a signet.
Indeed! Now you're using the brains, God damn you! Let's head back to the ship, and we'll rifle through my things. And don't forget my knife. And as for you, Belle, I think you've earned yourself an extra shot of grog for our upcoming journey. Well done, quartermaster!
Thank you, sir. You are my hero. You boy! I have a message from my captain for you.
Excuse me, are you addressing me, sir?
Yes, you idiot. I have a message for you. Captain Foley would like to invite you aboard the Black Snake this morning for breakfast to discuss that matter you raised with him yesterday.
He wants to what?
He wants to meet with you and feed you.
Oh, well, I'm working, sir.
Is that what you call
I'm sorry, sir. I can't just up and leave. What would I tell the missus? Besides, if I left without her permission, she'll take the whip to me for certain.
it? Yes, well, we thought about that.
Thought about what?
The excuse for your absence. Really, you're always this thick and you're just not awake yet.
No, I'm awake, Master Bell. I am. It's just, I'm surprised is all. I mean, last night Captain Felicien Wright said against me to have anything to do with him or the last day.
Well, the captain has had a change of heart. You may be just the thing we need for our upcoming journey. We don't have a decent cabin boy, and it makes for a long and lonesome journey when lacking in cabin boys.
Is the cabin boy considered a privateer?
If you're a lad that's on a privateering vessel, you're a privateer.
I'd be a privateer? It's what I've always dreamed of. When do we leave?
Steady on, lad. You don't have the job yet. You need to speak to the captain first.
Of course.
But if you did come with us, we'd be snatching you right out from under Mrs. Dexter's nose. So we have to be very secret. Very secret, you understand? You couldn't tell anyone what was happening.
Yes, sir, I understand.
We set sail tomorrow morning with the tide. You have to wait till very early morning before you left your position here, otherwise your mistress would raise the alarm. Just get packed and ready to go tonight and sneak out tomorrow before the widow rises.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, may I ask, would I have to... Did you say tomorrow morning?
Yes! You can be ready by then.
Yes. Well, it's just, I have this friend, and it's a friend I value very much. I'm not sure I want to leave right this moment.
Ah. Is it a woman?
Possibly.
Well, I hope so. Look at yourself, Enoch. What have you got to offer, young woman? You have no home of your own, no trade yet. You have to be a servant for the next 4 years or so?
5 years, 8 months, and 2 days.
Exactly. That's a lifetime of young ladies. She might not wait, but with us, you'd have a chance to pay off your cruise in one short contract. Then you'd be free to pursue whatever lovely took your fancy.
Oh, there's only one girl for me, sir.
Then let's go get her, shall we?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, don't thank me yet. Where did you go? You need an excuse to go visit the captain this morning to discuss the job. So I suggest you give this note to Widow Dexter sooner rather than later.
What does it say, sir?
It's a request from Captain Foley for a copy of Mrs. Dexter's Solomon Gummy recipe. If she'll oblige, I'll ask that she send it along with you, as I have other business to attend to in town before setting sail. That way, you'll get your chance to talk to Captain Foley, and the widow won't be the wiser.
Oh, I see. Very clever.
Yes, but clever is kind of my thing.
May I ask, sir, would I have to be cabin boy for long? Is it possible I could prove myself worthy and move up to higher stations?
Oh, you'll be moving on to higher stations very soon, lad.
I'll give this to Mrs. straight away.
Oh, one more thing. Bring your sea bag along this morning so we can see if it fits under your berth. You don't get a lot of space on board ship when you're a cabin boy.
Yes, sir. I'll bring it along. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this.
Enoch.
Wait. I mean, Miss Dexter. Are you right? I didn't see you there.
Yes, I'm all right. Thank you for asking. Actually, I was hoping we'd run into each other this morning.
Oh, well, I have a message for your mother from Carolina. I have to go.
Well, don't let me keep you. I can go. Can I get you anything, Master Bell?
No, thank you, miss. I have everything I need.
You're up rather early this morning.
Early bird gets the worm.
I never fancied you much of a worm eater, Master Bell. I always thought that was more to Lieutenant Grant's taste. I thought you were more of a meat and potatoes kind of fellow.
I take what I get, ma'am.
Master Bell, Captain Foley has asked me for a copy of one of my finest recipes, but Enoch says you can't take it along with you.
I apologize for visiting so early, ma'am.
No matter to me. I'll just get my hose on. Oh. I will need a little time to write up the recipe, though.
Unfortunately, I can't wait, as I have a meeting with the customs host presently. Perhaps you could have the young lad deliver it for us? Then Cook would have time to buy the ingredients before we finish putting up stores for tomorrow's journey.
Well, it's a poor cook that doesn't have a good recipe for Solomon Denton in his coffers.
We are the poorest of men, then.
Yes, you must be fairly starving out at sea. Blessed be the angels, girl. Leave me some breath to speak with. Master Bell, might I propose a favor for a favor? I'll send my recipe along later by the lad if Captain Foley will bring the crew here for their final send-off tonight.
I'm sure that can be arranged, madam. I'm sure Captain Foley would be delighted to hoist his tankard with you one last time for our long journey.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, Master Bell. I'd like to see a lot of hoisting going on here tonight, I would. Well, so we have a fair trade. My recipe for your ship's company one last evening.
We have an agreement, madam. I might say I think you're getting the short end of that stick.
Enoch, get your hat, and I'll get my recipe.
Shall I go along with Enoch, Mother? So he doesn't get lost.
Certainly not. You're not going off to cook up some escapades with some unsavory characters. You shall stay put.
Excuse me, Miss Dexter, but could I have